na si Mr. Iconic. Grabe, dramatic, napaka-dramatic ng ating laban dahil papasok tayo ngayon sa Game 3. It's between Adobo Republic versus JSKI Esports. Let's go into the drafting phase. Ayan na mga Babidi. 1-1 ang ating score for JSKI and Adobo Republic. Parang Iconic. Masyado matindi ang bakbakan natin.
Yeah, actually we have bans from Jana, Ari, LeBlanc, and Nidalee. JSKI Esports don't want to play against the Nasus as well.
Ayaw na nila.
The very cheesy pick coming out from Adobo Republic that we saw last game. We also saw Ari. Fades Ari is one of the best Aris in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And the Jana. I don't know why they banned the Jana, but sure, why not?
Pero ngayon, nag-switch na ng sides. Paring Iconic. Kanina, yung JSKI Esports, yung nasa red side ngayon, at Adobo Republic naman. Ano yung strategy actually? Di ba may ganun din yan kapag red tapos blue?
Usually, when you are on the blue side, you want to power pick your first champion.
First champion.
Yeah, they just go with the Poppy. Poppy is actually one of the best top laners right now.
Yeah.
If Adobo Republic would actually pick the Maokai, it is somewhat of a losing matchup against Poppy, just because Poppy can dish out more damage, and Maokai is actually better to deal with AoE damage mitigation. So they just go with the Jhin and slowly hovering over the Alistar pick.
Yeah, alam natin ang combo ng Jhin, Alistar, Headbutt, Pulverizers, automatic na tama yung Captivate audience ng isang Jhin. Normal, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pero naku, teka lang, mukhang mag-change sila ng lineup dito. Grabe, hype na hype ako sa laban na to. Paring Iconic kasi para sa mga bagong nanonood sa atin dyan, live na live sa Facebook at live na live sa YouTube, kung sino man ang manalo dito sa laban na to, pasok na sa Pro Gaming Series. Road to sahod na ito, mga bes.
Road to sahod.
Road to sahod na ito. Hindi lang road to sahod. Road to Worlds. Pwede natin sabihin road to Worlds kasi kumbaga pro player ka na na matindi. Kumbaga pwede mo na ilagay sa resume mo yan. Pro Gaming Series Pro Player. League of Legends Official Pro Player. Matic. Sure win.
Sure win.
Sure win. Oh, second pick. Third pick. Karma, Caitlyn. Basic.
Basic. Oo nga, you can see the Karma, pwede siya po mid, but you can also go support. So, we'll see what JSKI Esports actually wants to go. Where the Karma wants to go. But we have the hover over Caitlyn. Lock-in by the Caitlyn. No Iverns yet. Coming from this draft.
Feeling ko yung mga nag-Ivern natatalo Kasi kanina nag-Ivern yung Adobo Republic, natalo sila. Yung JSKI nag-Ivern sila, natalo rin sila. May mag-Ivern kaya? May matatalo kaya? Syempre.
First champion maybe.
Oo, first champion maybe. Pero ito ang sinasabi. Shout out pala sa lahat ng nanonood dyan sa Garena, ano tawag doon?
Garena YouTube channel. PH
Garena.
Garena.
Yung nandun.
Sa recreational room.
Garena Recreational Room, nandyan ang tropa nating War Gods, yung mga kasama din ng Adobo Republic. At syempre, yung Barangay Bulacan, mga kaibigan ng JSKI Esports. Shout out sa inyo, maraming salamat sa pagbisita dito. And kung naririnig nyo kami ngayon, wala lang, palakpakan kayo. Yay!
Yay!
Yun na! Oy! Oh!
Mukhang galit si...
Ay, nako! Ayan ang sinasabi kong combo ni Sim against sa Karma and Caitlyn, the Jhin and the Alistar combo. Pero, uy! Nar sa top lane laban sa isang Papi Chulo.
Nar actually does pretty well against the Poppy because of his range damage and the percentage damage coming from his W.
The wallop.
Yeah.
The wallop technique. So, kumbaga pwede niyang gawin dito, ma-dodge balls niya yung wall-to-wall technique ni paring Papi gamit yung kanyang hop. So, pwede niyang ma-micro ang Papi dito, mga Papi. Pero pakunatan yan, alam naman natin ang storya ng top lane, mga 10 years yan, pakunatan, mga kaibigan. Pero inaabangan natin dito ang fourth pick para sa JSKI Esports. Tandaan lang natin, mga nanonood sa Facebook and sa YouTube, don't forget to share the stream. Alam nyo na yan, kung masyado ma-action ang laban, masyadong dramatic, the disrespect, the respect is real, fight and defend, i-share nyo na. Ay, Mamma Mia! Naka-hover mga kaibigan. May gustong patunayan. Dito ang JSKI Esports. Oh my G! Ivern Jungle! Once again! Or support ba to?
Jungle.
Okay. Nahype ako. Kasi sa totoo lang si Kwe kanina, yung Ivern niya, sobrang legit nung mga root scholar niya. Kumbaga, sa pool. Ay, root scholar ba?
Root scholar.
Root scholar. Sa pool. Bakit?
Actually, throughout the series, we didn't see that many interesting root colors from both junglers. Their Ivern play has been super suboptimal, missing multiple root colors throughout their
Kanina,
ganks. Yeah.
ba't parang nakita ko tumatama or namamalikmata lang ako?
I would say like in every 5 root colors, they land 1 or 2
Talaga?
at best.
Si Kwe Kwe Kwe?
Yep.
Talaga? Shoutout kay Kuya Neme. Shoutout. Shoutout kay Kuya Neme. Pero last pick para dito sa side ng Adobo Republic will be Victor in the mid lane. So it's a classic Victor versus Cassiopeia matchup. Paring iconic.
Yeah, but what's interesting is that the Poppy can block 3 forms of initiation coming out from Adobo Republic.
Yeah, the elastic slingshot for Zac. Alam natin yung ginagawa ni TG dati nung Mineski versus IPT Blue na binablock niya yung elastic slingshot gamit yung W ng isang Poppy.
Also, the hop coming out from the
Nar.
Nar and
Yeah.
also the headbutt pulverized from the Alistar.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gonna be really hard for Adobo Republic to engage
Yeah.
if Whistle stays on top of A style.
Yeah. At
So
saka-
what I can see is like Poppy standing on top of the Caitlyn together with the brush from the Ivern, and it's
Ay,
going to
nako.
be very scary for Adobo Republic to get that Caitlyn in the team fight.
Pumapasok ba yung buff kay Caitlyn kapag nasa brush ni Ivern?
Mhm.
Naku po! Napanood na natin to. Napanood ko na to mga kaibigan. Papasok lang siya sa brush tapos automatic meron na kaagad nung passive.
Yep.
Nako, delikado. Pero tingnan natin dito, the burst damage coming in from Adobo Republic is real. Kasi meron silang Victor, meron silang Jhin. Alam natin yung capability ng isang Jhin na kapag tinamaan ka nung pang-apat na bala, magugulat ka na lang half health na yung wala sa'yo. At alam din natin yung combo ng Victor.
Mhm.
Yun na yun.
And aside from that, it's somewhat like a jungler composition because when you play on Ivern, he actually doesn't do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
His shield is actually one of the first abilities you max on Ivern.
Correct.
So you can see that A-Style has a lot of protection with the Karma, with the Poppy, with
Yeah.
the Ivern. So we have to set the eyes on the 2 hyper carries coming out
Correct.
from JSKI Esports, which is the Cassiopeia and the Caitlyn. They will be the damage sources from JSKI Esports, but Adobo Republic has more damage sources and they have a possible wombo combo as well.
Yun na nga. Kailangan maprotektahan dito yung Caitlyn at saka yung Cassiopeia kasi meron naman silang utility, meron silang Karma, yun nga may mga shield sila. Ang mahirap dito, marami ding source ng pangpasok itong Adobo. Meron silang Zac, meron silang Nar, and meron silang Alistar. So, ang dito, mahaharangan ba ng JSKI? Kasi kaya nila, sa tingin ko kasi, once na maharangan yung mga engagements na yon, kaya nilang pumalag. Kasi alam natin yung capability, long range Caitlyn, tapos naka-ghost pa yung Cassiopeia, samahan mo pa ng Mantra Inspire. Naku, napakabilis na ahas niya.
Especially with the miasma coming out from Cassiopeia,
Naku.
it also works somewhat like Poppy's W where they cannot use mobility abilities like dashes. They can't jump, they can't
Yeah.
use elastic slingshot as well.
Correct.
They can't use flash.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really hard for Adobo Republic to engage with these two, with the Poppy and the Cassiopeia.
Sa tingin ko, paring Iko, labanan na lang labanan na ng mechanics to Wala nang lugi-lugi dito, wala nang cheese picks. Bakbaka na, suntukan na agad, gera na agad. Kung sino manalo dito, pasok sa Pro Gaming Series. Instant Pro Player Identity. Jom Color. Wasak ang Pinas.
Insta sahod.
Insta sahod.
Sure win.
Sure win. Paano pa kaya pag tayo kampi niyan? Nako, sure lose. Shoutout sa mga studio boys natin dito na magagaling mag-cameraman. Na paring Franco, ayan, na paring Brian Kendrick. Nako, Joko Lord. Best cameraman.ph. Pero winiway ko yung mangyayari sa Clash. Sa tingin ko talaga ang mag-i-initiate talaga is Banana. Kasi yun din yung way nila ng panlaban.
Banana.
Ay, Banana. Sorry kung nasasabi ko Banana Republic, pero Adobo Republic. Ewan ko kung saan ko narinig yung Banana Republic.
Shoutout rin pala kay Banana Kate.
Oo, shoutout kay Miss Banana Kate. Pero Adobo Republic po talaga, hindi ko po gino-joke. Meron lang something talaga sa akin na naririnig ko yung Banana Republic. Hindi ko na malaman saan ko narinig eh. Pero yun na yun. Yun na talaga yun.
Yeah, usually what's going to happen is it's going to be the initiation of Adobo Republic onto
Yeah.
JSKI Esports. But if they mess that up, they're going to
Yun na nga.
have a really hard time.
Ang dami nilang utility at napanood ko na to Napanood ko to kasi yung brushes ni Ivern yung tutulong sa Caitlyn and sa Cassiopeia kasi kailangan nila talaga ng protection. Plus with the Inspire technique, hindi mo malalaman kung nasa bush ba, kung ma-dash out ba sila sa bush, ganun. So, I don't know. Pero meron naman kasing AOE itong kabilang side, yung adobo. So, pwede nilang patungan ng magnifying field ni Victor yung mga brushes if ever man nandun sila. Tapos i-go nila ng NAR. Pero I doubt kasi yung utility ang dami.
It would be very risky to commit electromagnetic field.
Electromagnetic field. Sorry.
It would be very risky to use that to face check, but I can see what you're going at. It's very dependent on Adobo Republic not messing things up, because if they do mess up their wombo combo, they don't actually have a lot of sustained damage, because the Victor is good at burst damage, the Jhin is also good at burst damage, but sustained damage wise,
lugi.
I think you would give it towards the Cassiopeia with her tons of damage with her twin fangs, especially when you're poisoned, and the Caitlyn from afar landing all of her headshots onto you.
Tsaka alam naman natin yung utility ng isang Jhin at ng Victor napakababa, na once na mahuli patay agad.
Yeah, but as you can see, like, these are both team fighting compositions, but the blue side, the blue sky JSKI Esports, they actually have a more kite-oriented composition because they have so much mobility coming out from the Karma.
Alright.
But a pick composition from the red side because of the Jhin and the Victor and the Zac.
Alright, maraming salamat paring Iconic sa inyong beautiful analysis. Pero eto na, bakbakan na gera, nasuntukan na kagad kung sino manalo dito. Pasok sa Pro Gaming Series Fight, Defend. It's going to be JSKI Esports versus Adobo Republic. Oh my G, Game 3, let's have the rundown.
So for JSKI Esports, on the blue side, we have Whistle on the top lane, Poppy, we have Kwek on the Ivern again. We have Bay Maxine on the mid lane, Cassiopeia, A-Style on the AD carry Caitlyn, and we have Marviel on the support Karma.
At para naman sa side ng Adobo Republic, we have Mapia as the NAR top lane, Meme as the Zac jungle, Speedraw as the Victor mid lane, Mr. High as the Jhin ADC, and Juice. Ano ba? Juice o Deuce? Deuces as the Alistar support. Don't forget to share the stream, mga kaibigan. Bakbakan na ito. Kung sino man ang matalo dito, kakalabanin ang Wargods La Liga Pilipinas na naghihintay dyan sa ating Garena Recreational Room na nanonood sila ngayon. Inaaral na nila yung mga technique nung mga kalaban nila ngayon.
Yeah, as we were talking about earlier among the shoutcasters, one used jungle path route, this 6.23 is actually going red buff into Krogs. It actually helps you rush into level 3.
Yeah.
And your laners will probably just be hitting level 2. So you actually can't use that to cheese gank.
Correct.
But Meme just opting for the fast clear, trying to power farm, goes for the red buff into the Raptors and now onto the Wolves. He doesn't actually hit level 3 with this kind of pathing until after the Raptors.
Sa totoo lang, paring Iconic, onti pa lang ang nakakaalam niyan sa ating bagong patch. Maraming salamat sa advice mo para sa ating mga junglers na, para sa ating mga junglers.
Yeah, so if you go red buff into Krogs, you can actually reach level 3
agad.
At around 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So 2 minutes 30 seconds to 2 minutes and 40 seconds, which can help you gank one of your lanes instantly.
Correct. Para sa mga jungle lords dyan, narinig nyo na ang sinabi ni Mr. Iko. So pwede ka kagad mag-gank sa bot lane habang level 1 pa lang sila. Dahil nga nagbago yung ating jungle rotations. Dumami yung Krugs, ang dami ng mga ibon,
ang daming EXP na makukuha sa Raptors tsaka sa Krugs. So it's very efficient in terms of the amount of EXP you get. And gold also.
Yummy ballers, mga kaibigan. Let's see ang labanan sa mid. At actually, nagkakitaan dito ang dalawang jungle, paring Iko. Pero mid lane, Victor against Cassiopeia. Very classic para sa akin to no? Kasi sa akin, ito labanan lang na mechanics to Labanan ng skill shots Parehas silang medyo low mobility. Kumbaga, iiwasan lang yung stun, iiwasan yung petrifying gaze. Pero sa tingin mo, kung ikaw, Cassiopeia Victor.
Cassiopeia Victor, I would attribute the first few levels onto the Victor actually.
Ngayon. Pero in the late game,
Cassiopeia can deal more damage just because she has that 6th slot. Because she cannot buy boots. Which is also why it's a good pickup for the Karma, because you can help this.
Mobility.
Yep, the mobility that you can give this Cassiopeia is just incredible.
Yeah, speaking of Cassiopeia, Mr. Meme hoping for a gang pero kinancel niya dito pero mukhang magkakaroon ng engagement sa bot lane. Masyadong agresibo dito yung Ivern ni Mr. Kwek setting up the brush. Tamang bait ba to? Mabibait ba ang Adobo Republic? Pero walang nagaganap dito and let's go into the top lane. The Nar versus the Poppy combination. Very classic din.
There is actually a big EXP lead right now for Kwe over Meme because as you could see earlier, they had 13-13 but Meme was level 3. He just cleared one, he just got the Grump right now. And this is because of that Krugs that we were talking about earlier. Kwe getting the Krugs, getting more EXP over Meme. So net win is actually for Kwe if Meme doesn't choose to get the Krugs later on.
Correct. Pero ngayon medyo play safe ang Adobo Republic dito unlike kanina na medyo nag-gank sila ni Kwe in the bot lane. Pero tamang sustainability lang, tamang farm at medyo nalulugi ata ng onte si Mr. High dito in terms of CS laban kay A-Style mga kaibigan. Combonism.
This is because they actually picked the Alistar again, which didn't work for them during the first game. When they pick the Alistar, they lose out on so much lane pressure because the name of the game, have a strong jungler, lane dominance, snowball your jungler, win the game.
Correct. Medyo nasa chani dito. Kahit sabihin mong makunat yung baka na yan, eh masyadong makate. Lalo na kapag nakapag-passive ang isang Caitlyn dito laban sa Alistar. So medyo malulugi ata si na Mr. High in terms of CS dito. At ito ang gusto ko kasi sa side ng JSKI. Ito ang gusto ko sa kanila. Meron silang asim pero hindi negative yung asim eh. Kumbaga, confidence. Ang lakas ng confidence nitong team na to. Kumbaga pinapasok talaga nila hanggang turret. Diyan mo makikita na meron talagang apoy yung mga puso nila para makapasok na Pro Gaming Series. Agresibong agresibo, walang takot. Yung iba kasi ang ginagawa, ang inaano dyan, woy, ang agre mo naman po. Pero yung mga ganong agre, walang confidence. Yung sa kanila, may confidence. Alam nila na meron silang flash, alam nila na meron silang heal, alam nila yung mga bababato nilang skill. It rhymes. Time. Tama.
Hey,
Tama.
Sure win.
Sure win.
So right now, we actually had the first back from the Cassiopeia a little bit earlier compared to the Victors, just so that she could get the Tear of the Goddess. The earlier you get that stacking, the better.
Yeah.
It will contribute to an earlier power spike. Usually it's just like an Ezreal where
Manamune. Yeah.
where you have your Tear of the Goddess slowly stacking up.
Habang nagko-Q. Pero mukhang mamamatay na ata dito si Bay Maxine. Wow! Another bashing. Ito yung signature ng ano na to eh. Sila lang ang nakaisip niyan. I mean, ang sinasabi, sabi nila dito, gagawa tayo ng pangalan sa sarili natin. Tayo ang bashing boys.
Bashing boys.
Bashing boys. Kasi lahat na lang, nagbabashing sila. Ibig sabihin, gumagawa sila ng pangalan para sa sarili nila na eto kami, bumabashing kami. Pero nag-miss ang root scholar dito ni Kwe para i-gank si Speedro at hindi walang magaganap dito. Oy, pero nako, na-petrifying kay si Speedro dito. At nako, tatlo yan, Besibes. Muntikan pa mamatay si Bay Maxine at hindi ata nakapag-bashing si Weasel at si Kwe. Bay Maxine getting the first blood against Mr. Speedro.
The Whistle actually just going through the Adobo Republic jungle right there, gets a flash initiation onto Speedro. Fade did not expect that. Aside from that, Bay Maxine landing a beautiful flash petrifying gaze, which resulted in Fade getting stunned. It didn't actually look like he would get stunned, but because of how good Bay Maxine was in hiding the animation with the flash, he was able to surprise Fade with that stun.
Yan, at ayun o, pulado mga kaibigan, si Bay Maxine kanina. Sabihin natin, isang death ray na lang siya dun eh. Pwedeng death ray normal, death ray dalawang normal. Pero anong ginawa niya? Flash petrifying gaze. Diba? The confidence is real. At ayan na naman ang sinasabi natin mga babi, hindi tumama yung stretching ni Mr. Meme dito at tumatakbo na si Bay Maxine. So hindi nakabawi agad ang Adobo Republic sa gank na nangyari sa mid lane.
Yeah, that's... Wow. I think it was also because the Ivern was there. He actually landed his shield onto Bay Maxine, keeping him alive. But Kwe actually maxing his root collar instead of his shield. Something that's not actually gone
Whoa!
for
The
offense.
roots are real and the roots are on fire! Mga kaibigan, the gank is real para kay Kwe. Pero ito ang sinasabi natin, Mr. Meme, tumatalon-talon hanggang bagong taon. Pero the shield is real. And here comes the TP. Hindi naligtas si Kwe. And we don't die. We multiply. Oh, here comes the sun. We multiply. Oh! It's overtime pero nag-miss! Nag-miss ang mathematics, hindi na-calculate. Oy, Nagnar! Hindi rin na-calculate, mga kaibigan. The disrespect is real. 2:1. Oh my G!
All the calculations going wrong right now, right, Manjin?
Oh, medyo, medyo kinulang sa mathematics. Kinulang sa mathematics, mga kaibigan. Nagkamali ng yun na yun. Yun na yun.
Yun na yun.
No need to explain.
No need to
No need
explain.
to explain.
But
Grabe.
wow, the initiative coming out from Whistle, already participating in 2 of these fights. Even though it doesn't show in his score, he has contributed somewhat to these fights.
Yeah. Pero alam mo, medyo nakikita ko lang, medyo nagmi-miss yung mga elastic slingshot dito ni Meme, kaya hindi sila masyado makapag-gank ng maayos. Mahirap kasi pag nag-miss yan kasi pwede sila i-counter go ng mga champions nitong JSKI.
But it is scary because all of the gold is on the JSKI mid laner.
Yeah, pero teka lang paring Igor, mukhang magkakaroon na naman din team clash dito. Petrifying guys sa Zac Efron, pero si Speedo, grabe naman, napakabilis naman ng ahas na iyan. Bay Maxine, wala kang we don't die, we multiply, double kill pero patay ang aking kasama na si Kwe. 4:2, pero mukhang hindi matapos ang gera. Curtain call technique para kay Mr. Hank, bang into the room. Si Dwizes dito, naka-unbreakable wheel, exhausted. Si A-Style dito, nag-E siya palayo, pero yan ang sinasabi natin, Captivate audience technique, ace in the hole, naharangan ko boy. Sabi dito ni Mr. High, and High with a flash in, normal bashing, third skill, Junko Lord, masyado ma-action, 4:3, dramatic ang laban na to.
Wow, the amount of so many fights at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ang i-comment ko yung cameraman, masyadong magaling. Ang bilis ng reflexes.
It's like, parang he can look into the future right
Oo,
now.
alam niya Kanina nasa mid tayo, tapos biglang nag-change camera angle. Best director. Shout out kay paring Gian.
But again, all the gold is on the JSKI Esports mid laner. He already has 4
nga,
of the kills.
4 kills ang isang Kasopeya at tingnan mo ang kanyang first item.
Coming out with the
iconic.
Abyssal Scepter, even though they don't have that much, they do have magic damage. But then again, the Ivern maxing his Q instead of his E, it's because they want to keep ganking this mid lane.
At
That's why Abyssal Scepter works well together with the Ivern.
Correct. Ayan na naman, nag-miss na naman ang elastic slingshot at ang stretching Chaos Storm technique for Mr. Speedro, pero binashingan lang ni Mr. Speedro. Eto na ang baka. Buhay ang baka, walang ganap, 4-3 pa rin. Sayang na naman ang gank na ginawa ni Speedro dito para sa mid lane ng JSKI.
The Storm Raider surge on Bay Maxine, super effective. Especially when you're ahead. Storm Raider surge as a Keystone Master isn't actually that good if you are behind. But since he has 4 kills, it can allow him to proc it anytime he wants.
Yeah, and meron pa siyang ghost dito, pero bago ako magsalita mga kaibigan, flash out para dito kay Republic Mafia. Oh my G! Kahit nakatalikod ka, papatayin kita parang Jose Rizal. Sabi ni Bay Maxine kay Nar, oh my G, this Bay Maxine is the real Bay. Hey, it rhymes. Oh, pero gravity field para sa side dito ng Adobo Republic. Tingnan mo yung confidence. Nag-Rexona mga kaibigan ang JSKI Esports dito. Sinusugod hanggang kabilang side mga kaibigan. Masyadong matindi. Confidence is real. At ayan na, binaba. Ito ba yung first blood turret? First blood turret ba sa top?
Could be.
Oh my G. So, extra 400 gold para sa side ng JSKI dito, paring Iko. And the danger is Mr. Bay Maxine with the 5-0-0 standing early into the game. 13 minutes in, Junkolor.
The problem here for Adobo Republic right now is they aren't building any magic resist yet. This Cassiopeia already has the Abyssal Scepter up and running and can just kill them because the lack of depth.
Yeah, pero hold that thought, Mr. Eco. Namumula dito, mga kaibigan, si Mr. A-Style ay nagkakaroon na ng TP dito sa bot lane. Yung baka nila, normal nila. At ayun na, wall-to-wall technique para kay Whistle. Dito normal si High. Pero unbreakable will para sa baka. Pero hindi ko makita. Yan, ang galing ng cameraman. Eto na, curtain call 1. True, magkakaroon na to ng normal siya dito. Pero dadating si Kwe para iligtas ang mga kanyang kampe. Hehe, ni-rhyme ko lang.
Hey!
Buhay, walang ganap.
The dancing bullet coming out from the Jin actually securing the kill onto A-Style.
Uy, namatay, may namatay.
Moved forward.
Uy, di ko nakita.
First bounce was on Kwe and then it bounced onto the Karma and then onto A-Style.
Wow.
Gets killed by the Deathfire touch. He had no business walking up because he couldn't deal any damage whatsoever.
Yeah. Ito yung sinasabi ko niya, ang risky sa pagiging Rexona fresh confidence ng JSKI dito. Wow, nagra-rhyme yung mga sinasabi ko Ng JSKI dito, high reward. Ano yun? High risk.
High risk, low reward.
High risk, low reward. Ayan na, sinasabi natin. Petrifying case sa tatlo, pero wala daw malakas sa tatlo, sabi dito ng Adobo Republic. And shutdown dito si Mr. Bay Maxine. Sino ang nakapag-shutdown sa kanya? Si Speedro ata. Si Speedro, di ba?
Yeah. Fade actually got that kill, but aside from that, 3 of his teammates were able to get an assist, and also to top that off, there was also shutdown gold for Adobo Republic, so it actually is a gigantic gold swing.
Yeah.
It lessens the gold lead that JSKI has over Adobo Republic right now.
So the score is now 5-5. So hindi pa tapos to. Medyo lamang lang ng onting gold ang JSKI Esports dito because of the first turret extra bonus gold, mga kaibigan. 24, actually make that 25k against a 23.5k gold.
This is also very weird coming out from A-Style. He's actually rushing his Infinity Edge over going for the Runans as the first item. When you get Infinity Edge as a naked item, it's not as good as having a multiplier like Runans or any other crit item because sure, you may have the bonus crit damage, but you don't have the amount of attack speed and bonus crit multipliers to actually land a ton of crits.
Yeah, pero actually, dine-debate yan ng mga kaibigan ko Kasi, ang rason nila kung bakit daw either IE or damage item, kasi kapag nag-runo once ka, tapos kapag free hit ka, tapos kapag nag-free hit ka, hindi tayo nagpo-post dahil pinipicturean tayo Nag-free hit ka, wala yung damage mo. Yun yung debate nila, yun yung counter go nila. Pero para sa akin naman, kung nakaruno once ka una, ang gagawin mo lang, magpa-farm muna. Kasi sayang yung multiple shots.
The point of getting Runans actually is because it works with Warlord's Bloodlust.
Yun
It helps you survive.
Yun na nga.
So, your friend's argument is very high risk, high reward.
Sino ba yung friend ko na yun?
Yeah, exactly. Who is that guy?
Ewan ko nga Si Gian daw yun Pero yun na! Blue team has slain the Elder Drake. So, bibigyan sila dito ng extra bonus damage against turrets and big monsters. Pero hindi na ata kailangan yon ng isang Ivern.
True, very true. Because they can just do it pretty well. But the lane dominance coming out from JSKI, taking 2 turrets already.
Yeah, pero ito, nagkakabakbakan ng 10 years top lane. Alam na natin yan, 10 taon yan matatapos. Kaya babalik ang galing ng ating cameraman. Pero ito na, sinasabi na kabakbakan si Kwe namumula dito, curtain call technique. Nasaan ako? Pero nakaharang ang kakampi ko na si Marvin. Hindi ko mabasa ang kanyang pangalan. Pero sumabog, mga kaibigan. Killing spree si Mr. High dito. Pero Cassiopeia sa gilid, mga kaibigan, na captivate audience siya dito. Namumula ang baka. Baka nabuhay, pero hindi nabuhay ang baka. Baka mabuhay. Sabi nga ni paring Adrian, shout out sa'yo. Oh my G, 6-6 ang ating score, pero tumama pa yung final curtain call sa Ivern.
Yeah, snipe from downtown.
Downtown, 3-pointer. Idol ni paring ay si Stephen Curry.
Stephen Curry?
Oo, Stephen Curry, mga kaibigan. Pero grabe 6-6. Pero ang problema dito ng Adobo Republic, di pa sila nakakabasag ng tore.
Exactly, because again, how dominant the bot lane is in terms of having 2 poke-oriented champions versus a melee all-in support.
Yeah,
that's just been the story of it so far. First game, it didn't work, but Adobo Republic picking the same support again, losing their first turret because of the amount of chunk damage and the loss of wave control.
Yeah.
It's just that, and the reason why they were able to get first turret up in top lane was because of the kill onto the Nar in the red side
Jungle.
Red side jungle.
Yeah. Yun na nga. Hindi, tsaka yung ganking din talaga ni Kwe. Kahit sabi mong hindi niya napapatay, naggagank pa rin siya. Pero eto na, Mr. Baymaxin going in for the mid first turret ng Adobo Republic at nagkakaabangan na dito. Hindi ko kasi mabasa, Marviel. Pasensya na mga kaibigan, Marviel bilang support karma na hindi natin napapansin kasi ano ang ginagawa niya dito, inspired ang kanina pa. Pero sa tingin ko marami siya nagagawa kasi tingnan mo, 0-0-1 ang kanyang standing, parang Iconic.
So what you would expect right now from JSKI?
Yo, pero teka lang, parang Iconic nagkaroon na ng bakbakan, curtain call mula sa gilid. Nilabas si Daisy, patay agad si Baymaxin sa kamay ni Mr. Mafia. At ayan na, nako, nasunog ang I burn you, we burn you too. Sabi dito ng Adobo Republic. And wow, nakabawi sila agad sa isang matinding engagement sa Riverside Baron. 8-6 in favor of Adobo Republic.
As I was saying, JSKI should have just had their Caitlyn set up a slow push at top lane and then go back to mid lane. But when Adobo Republic saw the Caitlyn in the top lane, they went all in and took two lives from JSKI Esports team, namely the jungler and the mid laner.
Yeah, at ang napapansin ko dito, paring Iko. Actually, problema at teka lang, ayaw ako pagsalitain ni Mr. Meme dito. Ayan na, manitete kaya siya, pero wala lang. Inaalala ko yung Death Ray pala, yung pangalan ng skill ni Mr. Victor, mga kaibigan. Ito na nga, back na sinasabi ko, ang delicates talaga dito, para sa akin, si Mr. High, kitang-kita mo naman, nasa camera natin ngayon, mga kaibigan, si Selfie Boy, Mr. High, with 3-0-2, standing as a Jhin. Protektado si Asyong.
Right now, JSKI want to siege this mid lane turret. They have the Caitlyn, they have the Cassiopeia, they have the sustain coming out from the Karma and the Ivern. Why aren't they sieging this tier 1 mid turret of Adobo?
Correct.
They have a good siege composition. They can not get punished because Whistle is there with his W to stop any possible engages coming out from Adobo Republic.
Correcto, Mr. Iconic. Pero kasi yung Adobo Republic na masyadong nakaabang. Ang ganda ng mga pick-offs na ginawa nila kanina kasi alam nilang medyo magkakalayo ang JSKI kanina. Pero ace in the hole would not be enough para mapatay si Mr. Zac Efron. So meron pa rin siyang passive dito. Pero ito na yung sinasabi mong magpupush na sila sa mid lane, paring Iko.
This could have happened 2 deaths ago from JSKI. They just gave Adobo Republic more breathing room. Right now, they do not know that there are traps. They know now that there are traps, but they are still going for this Baron.
Yeah, naspotted na sila dito ng mga wards ng Adobo Republic. Pero here comes the curtain goal. Here comes the baka with a 5-man pulpos. Pinulpos sila mga oh my G. Grabe yung gravity. Pinumo sila pero hindi. Pumapalag-palag pa dito ang JSKI. Pero mukhang sila ang naubos. Nagbabak na si Mr. Poppy dito. At ang naiwan na lang ay si Caitlyn at si Kwe. Pinulpos ang kahoy. Hindi tumama ang Captivate Audience. Sumunod na si Kwe. Muntikan pa. Hindi pala si Kwe yun. Si A-Style yun. Pero grabe, 12-6. Wow! Mr. Deuces. Ano ulit? Deuces. With a 5-man full boss rise. Oh my G. Pulverize. 12-6. Adobo Republic. Wow. Risky nung Baron, best.
JSKI Esports, what are you thinking right now? Sure, you have an Ivern. Sure, you can go for the cheesy brush into the Baron, but you saw that they had traps. As you can see right there.
Replay. Ooh.
As you can see right there, when you attempt this kind of cheesy Baron take with the brushes, you all end up grouping up inside the brushes, which is a perfect pulverized combo for the Alistar, perfect gravity field for the Victor, perfect AoE for the Gnar as well. So what are you guys thinking? This is a team fighting comp that has a wombo combo. That is very questionable decision making right there from JSKI Esports. They could have probably just lost this game because of this gigantic throw. 4 for 1 Baron buff.
Yeah, at sumakto pa yung Chaos Storm ng skill ng Victor doon sa 5. Ang ganda ng initiation actually ni Mr. High with the curtain call. Sumakto sa 5 yung splash damage ng mga bullets. Pero grabe, Oh my G, high risk, high reward nga ang playstyle kasi talaga ng JSKI, pero let's not count them out mga kaibigan dahil alam naman natin yung damage capability ng isang Cassiopeia at ng isang Caitlyn dahil hindi sila na, kumbaga sabi ng JSKI dito, hindi kami mawawala ng pag-asa dahil papalag pa naman. Pero yan na nga, sinasabi natin, pumalag nga sila, nag-miss ang elastic slingshot. Here comes the curtain call once again. Pero ang gandang petrifying gaze ni Mr. Cassiopeia dito. At yan ang sinasabi natin, pero grabe yung Chaos Storm ni Mr. Speedro. Medyo na late nang dating si Kwe dito mga Babidi. Pero yun na nga, nakapag-root scholar lang, wala nagkapatayan sa mid lane. Pero naghahabol na dito si Mr. Whistle. Whistle while you work. Ten, na-root at na-hammer. Oh! Flash in! Wall to wall! Ang ganda ng banda-banda nila! Oh my G! Wala lang. JSKI, kahit sabihin mo na nalugi sila sa Baron Geisler Clash, sino pa rin ang lamang? Paring Iko sa gold. JSKI.
JSKI actually doing what they were supposed to do 6 deaths ago.
Yun na nga.
Set up their side waves, siege T1 mid, and then rotate it to any of the 2 side lanes that are already slow pushing. That's exactly what they did. They took T1 mid and they were also able to transition it into a tier 2 top lane turret.
Yun
This
na
is
nga.
what JSKI should do and
Ginagawa.
not fight in open areas like this where a wombo combo can screw them over.
Yun na nga, tama ka dyan Mr. Iko, pero sabi nila bakbakan na! Bakbakan na talaga Mr. Iko, yun na nga, nagkabakbakan na ang sinasabi natin dyan, pero si Kwe na stand dito mga kaibigan, sumabog yung kanyang shield at sinubukan niyang i-root scholar yung kampi niya, pero hindi naganap mga kaibigan at inuubos sila. It's hammer time for Mr. Weasel at inuubos dito ang Adobo Republic. Nandito na si Mr. Mafia, we don't die, we multiply para dito kay Meme, pero mukhang siya ang madaday at pumapalag pa sina Mr. Kwe na argada sa dalawa, pero natulak Ace Hardware for the side of JSKI. Oh my G, pinatikim lang ang Adobo ang Adobo Republic sa clash nung Baron kanina. And wow, the sustain is real.
RVL with the long-range redemption to try and keep his teammates alive. Wow, they're even taking the tier 3 turret right now.
Yeah, the confidence is real mga kaibigan para dito sa JSKI. Yun na yun. Grabe. Confident itong mga fresh new bloods na kapag nanalo na sila dito, pasok na sila sa Pro Gaming Series. And ang nangyari talaga kanina, nag-audition yung Adobo Republic. Isa-isa silang pumasok, paring Iko. Hindi nila nagawa yung wombo combo. Let's see the replay.
As you can see, the Zac actually starting the fight 1v1 versus a Cassiopeia. You don't want to do that. Possible flank from the mid laner and the AD carry. You don't want your AD carry to flank, especially in that position. They end up pushing so forward. As you can see, their formation right now, it's so scattered. Their 2 carries are in the front line.
Correct.
And you have the Alistar there, but what is Hai doing? He gets collapsed on by three of the blue team members.
Yeah.
He goes through the blue team, flashes out, but still gets hit by the range auto attack by the Ivern. You have the Gnar who just arrived to the fight super late, had teleport but cancelled it. What is happening?
Na-traffic sa EDSA si Mr. Mafia dito mga kaibigan. Pero napansin ko rin talaga kanina yung elastic slingshot dito ni Mr. Meme, isa lang yung tinamaan. Si Cassiopeia lang yung tinarget niya. Nagkaroon
It didn't actually hit at all.
Hindi ba tumama?
No.
Nag-miscommunication actually ang Adobo Republic. So parang nasayang lang din yung wombo combo nila sa Baron pero hindi pa nga tapos to mga kaibigan.
They actually
Masyadong
got
action.
the Cassiopeia right there, buying them some more time to start taking turrets, start setting up the map for slow pushes and objective control. They don't have any vision control of the enemy jungle right now. Actually, for both sides, vision control is pretty bad.
Mahirap.
So right now, I think it would be the fight for vision control so that they can get the information and the good team fight. Because that's what it all boils down to right now. Whoever can win the next team fight can possibly turn this game around.
Yeah,
One team fight win for JSKI Esports, that could be inhibitor, that could be game, depending on how many team members they get from Adobo.
Yeah.
But if Adobo gets an ace off of JSKI Esports, that's probably just an inhibitor. So Adobo Esports need to get two good team fights.
Yan na nga sinasabi natin, mukhang magkakaroon na ng team fight na naman. Dito namumula, mga kaibigan, si Mr. Speedro dito, pero grabe, patay na agad yung turret. Tumitipi na si Mr. Nargada with the Mega Nar, pero tinayuan siya ng bush sa mukha. Pero ito na, nagkakatsatsyahan na naman mga kuya ninyo. Inspired technique para sa side ng JSKI. At sabi nila, huwag tayong pumalag mga kaibigan. Kasi sabi nila dito, utility base tayo. Push tayo mga best. Push tayo. Back tayo. Ayan na, the bait. The bait is real. Nambibait ang mga kuya ninyo. Mabibait kaya ang Adobo Republic
The
dito.
ward is still alive. They know that JSKI Esports hasn't started Baron yet, but they are eyeing the Baron right
Yun na nga.
now. JSKI Esports has a slow push at top lane.
Baka mabuhay. Tatlo ang nananakap mga kaibigan. Exhausted dito. Si Mr. A-Style wala na akong naintindihan sa clash. Pero joke lang. Si Mr. High, free hit pa rin. Pero pinatulog ni Triple H. Oh my G. Nagkakasal nila pero yung damage si Mr. High is real. Buhay na buhay. Si Mr. High. Nargada. Kalkuladong kalkulado. Normally, grabe. Na death ray para kill secured ni Mr. Speedro dito. Oh my G! Na-traffic sila sa EDSA mga kaibigan. Nangyari na naman ang ayaw mangyari ng Detski. Dikit-dikit na naman sila. Na-wombo-combo sila. Ayun, Baron Geisler para sa side ng Adobo Republic.
The fourth bullet from High landing onto A-Style, winning them the fight.
Yeah, pero teka lang, paring Iko, nagkakasaikuhan dito. Gusto nilang mapatayin ang puno ng Mulawin. Pero yun na, uy, op, si Daisy. Daisy Duck. Oh, uy, oh my G, kwe. Munti ka na ma-steal. Mga kaibigan, si Baron Nashor. Pero pinakaba lang tayo.
Such a close fight. So many slim margins on why Adobo Republic took that fight, were able to take Baron. As you can see in this replay, 3-man knock-up from the elastic slingshot, but the story is the curtain call landing onto A-Style, standing still by the edge of the curtain call, dies to High, and then after that, Baymaxine falls shortly after with the burst damage coming out from Fate.
Mana kay Stephen Curry to si paring High. Biruin mo, nakita niya pa yun. Yun ang sinasabi na, nawalan ng ADC yung JSKI, it rhymes. Nawalan sila ng ADC, kinulang na yung damage. Ang ganda sana ng pag-alis ni Mr. Caitlyn doon, ni A-Style doon sa clash na yun. Pero, tinarget siya ni Mr. Nar.
As we said earlier, the win conditions from JSKI right now are the mid lane and the AD carry. They are the main sources of damage, with Whistle providing secondary damage with the Q percentage damage. But if both carries from JSKI die, they will have a hard time against Adobo's full squad.
Yun na nga, ang kailangan talaga nila dito protektahan yung ADC in yung mid lane. Kasi yun naman na talaga yung source ng damage din. Kaya
but
medyo
Adobo sticking to their guts, getting another ZZ Rot, second game where they pick up a ZZ Rot, and the ZZ Rot exerts so much pressure on the top lane. They are now sieging the bot lane because top lane is slowly going to push towards JSKI, and the mid lane is somewhat even. So what they should do right now is rotate the mid lane, set up the slow push at top lane, and then siege mid lane again.
Dito mo na makikita yung mapang, tawag dito, dito mo na makikita yung experience sa rotation nitong Adobo Republic. Getting that ZZ Rot, Saikuhan Gaming, knowing that meron silang Baron buff. So sabi nila dito, okay, let's go for the Psycho map push.
But the problem here is Adobo Republic, if they do not set up that top lane or that bottom lane, they cannot siege because that is a Cassiopeia, that is a Caitlyn. They wave clear so well, even against Baron-empowered minions. There's no difference whatsoever. They will clear those minions like nothing.
Happy ballers. Pero syempre, dagdag pressure na rin para sa mga kakampi.
So this is an interesting 0-1-4 coming out from Adobo. They know that our Republic Mafia has TP already, so they're now sieging the bot lane.
Yun na nga.
But they have no wave yet. They're still slowly waiting. They also have a Republic Mafia in the mid lane, slowly fighting with Baymaxine.
Opo, mga kaibigan, nagkakasaikuhan, nagkakatayuan na ng mga trap card dito sa bot lane. Si Mr. A-Style at hindi nagtatayo na rin ng mga trap card dito. Si Mr. High ng kanya mga flowers, nagkakatsatsahan na ang mga kuya ninyo, nagkakasaikuhan lang, tayuan na ng mga trappings. Trapezoid, mga Bobby D.
But one thing to consider from Adobo Republic is they don't have the best siege comp.
Yeah, pero nako, eto na. Nagka-clash na mga kaibigan. Chaos Storm nasunog ang puno mga kaibigan. Rampage na dito si Mr. High. Curtain call at pero wow! Pero sobrang layo ng range ng curtain call. 658! Double kill for Mr. High. Stephen Curry. Golden State Warriors fan. Oh my G. Mr. High mga kaibigan. With a G919, 619. Here we go! Tinatapos na ba ng Adobo Republic ang laban na to? Mr. Mafia killing. Nakalimutan ko na kung sino yung pinatay kasi sobrang bilis ng pangyayari. Pero yun na nga, binasag na nila ang turret and they are going for the mid inhibitor.
Baymaxine getting the blue buff. Why was he there?
Whoa.
That was the question right there. You were supposed to be at the base wave clearing, stopping the siege from Adobo Republic. You went for your blue buff, you got spotted, you got destroyed, and you lost the game.
Yeah, and ayan na, tinatapos na nga ng Adobo Republic ang laban na to. Ano ang ulam natin mamaya? Sabi ng Adobo Republic, minudo. Minudo ang ulam natin mamaya. Libre ni Boss Neme. Victory for the side of Adobo Republic. So sure ball na meron na tayong adobo sa Pro Gaming Series. Congratulations Adobo Republic for making it into the Pro Gaming Series 2017. Oh my G.
Woo!
Masyadong matindi yung laban. Masyadong matindi.
Back and forth, constant back and forths, but High doing so well on that Jin. 10, 1, and 11 has the most gold on the team of the game and probably also the most damage because of his clutch curtain calls.
Yeah.
He did so well to start that fight. He killed the Caitlyn in that Baron fight, and he killed the Cassiopeia in the last fight
Yun na nga.
with the fourth bullet through
bullet.
the Archangel Staff
Yeah.
shield. That was what decided. This is what we were talking about. The pick potential coming out from Adobo Republic. If they use it to their advantage, they will win, and that's what happened.
Merong dalawang case. Ayan na, sinasabi natin.
25,545 damage coming out from High.
Hindi nila kasi napapansin eh. Kasi lagi silang binabox out ng mga Brusco Boys. Ng Zac, ng Nar, at ng baka na si Alistar. Uy, it rhymes. At ng baka na si Alistar, mga kaibigan. Pero props to JSKI Esports. Sobrang ang tindi ng mga players na to. Pero hindi pa tapos ang road to the Pro Gaming Series ng JSKI Esports, mga kaibigan, dahil dyan makakalaban nila ang kanina pang nakaganito sa Garena Recreational Room, ang mga kanina pang nakaganyan, mga may jacket pa na War Gods La Liga Pilipinas para sa ating next game. Syempre makakasama rin natin mamaya si paring Shinpo dyan, paring Iconic. Sobrang congratulations para sa Adobo Republic. Maraming salamat sa game na yun. Maraming salamat din JSKI Esports. Eto na. Dito na napapasok ang strat talaga. Kasi mahirap nakaka 3 games na ang JSKI Esports. May makakalaro pa silang heavy- gut din na War Gods na Liga Pilipinas. Ang tanong, kaya pa ba nila?
Yes, it's actually super hard for JSKI right now because they were up against an amateur team filled with former pro players.
Yeah.
But now they're against a professional team, a team that has been playing for so long in the previous PGS splits.
Yun na nga.
So it's the odds are stacked against them. They're already tired. They just went through a 3-game series. Mental fortitude, they might be shaken already after losing 2 games.
Oh well.
This very scary for them.
This is very scary for them, and actually, nag-aral na ba ang mga La Liga? Kasi inaaral namin yung mga skills na ganun sila kanina eh. Napanood ko sila kanina eh. Ganun yung ginagawa nila kanina eh. Pero shoutout sa lahat ng ating nanonood sa YouTube and sa ating Facebook dyan. Facebook Live. Hindi na natin papatagalin to. Magbe-break lang kami ng sandali at game 2 na tayo para sa gabing to. Friday night. LOL mga kaibigan. Once again, this is the Pro Gaming Series Promotions and
Relegation.
Yun, very sweet mula dito sa inyo mga shoutcasters. Ako po si Manjin at kasama ko si Mr. Iconic. Magbabalik po kami mamaya para sa ating game number 2.